We've got a major update on wide receiver one, Zay Flowers, and his injury status for this upcoming Sunday against the Buffalo Bills. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. I'm your guy, Joey Peterson. Really appreciate you guys being here. I'm not going to waste any more time about it. We're going to get into it very quickly, but before we do, guys, we are on a rocket trajectory right now. January has been a fantastic month already, and we're so close to passing 26,000 subscribers. We are 48 away. I need each and every one of you guys. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, help me reach my goal. And the best thing about it, it's free. You get everything in return. And you know what? You're not put on some email list. You'll just forget about it. The best thing is, you'll get videos every day because of it. So hit that subscribe button, and we'll get into today's show. Starting off with Cordell Woodland tweeting out during John Harbaugh's press conference, speaking to the media, he said, you know what, Zay Flowers' status, that's in we'll see mode. He did say that Zay can play without practicing. To hear more from the head honcho, this is what he said specifically. That's in we'll see mode. He's working hard to get back. We'll see toward the end of the week if he's practicing. He can play without practicing for sure, if he feels healthy enough and it's safe for him. To catch you up to speed, just in case you've been living under a rock, Zay Flowers exited the game Week 18 against Cleveland with a knee injury. And he went to the turf, grabbed the knee, and everybody's heart sank because of it. The good thing is they said it was just a minor sprain. He did miss the game against Pittsburgh, and we're hopeful that he'll return against Buffalo. But with all that being said, if he's not in this game, I still think that's something that needs to be a focus this week. That's something that needs to be talked about this week because at the end of the day, he went over 1,000 yards on the season, year 2. He's the first wide receiver ever for the Baltimore Ravens to be put in a Pro Bowl. That means something. He means something to Lamar Jackson. Yes, he's only got 4 touchdowns on the season, but still, he's the guy Lamar Jackson goes to when he needs to get into a rhythm. And if Sunday comes and he's not there and Lamar needs to get into a rhythm and Zay's nowhere to be found, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. That's got me a little bit scared. I got a question for you. Before we go on to anything else, you make the call. Does Zay Flowers play against Buffalo? Simple yes or no question. Give me a Y for yes, give me an N for no. You might get hit with a YouTube ad break in just a couple of seconds when that time comes. Don't worry about it. Go down in the comment section. Find this pinned comment. Give me a yes or a no. The funny thing is about all of this is the last time you played this Buffalo Bills team in Week 4, Zay Flowers might as well not have even been there. Okay, 1 catch, 10 yards. Yes, quick math, 10 yards per catch, 0 touchdowns on the day. And the reason you did so good in that game still is because of a guy named Derrick. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. But last week, we talked a lot about this Zay Flowers injury. And I said I need 3 guys to step up. Rashad Bateman, Justice Hill, and Isaiah Likely were those 3, and boy, did they step up. 2 of them found pay dirt twice, was Rashad Bateman and Justice Hill, and Isaiah Likely. 3 catches, 53 yards, a couple of great grabs, and of course, you see the picture right there. 1 nasty stiff arm later. These guys, they were phenomenal. Okay, and we knew that somebody needed to fill in that role of pass catcher. We knew nobody was going to step up and be the wide receiver one that Zay Flowers was. But could we have a bunch of guys collectively step up and just give Lamar a ton of wide receiver 2s, a ton of pass catcher number 2s? Because you knew Rashad Bateman was going to be there. You knew Mark Andrews was going to be there. Who else is going to make plays for this roster? And at the end of the day, guys, I was incredibly pleased with the performances from everybody on this offense, but especially from those guys who stepped up. I thought it was the best game of all our pass catchers from the entire season. I thought they made great grabs. They made the routine grabs. They were great after the catch, and they did exactly what this team needed them to do. They did exactly what Lamar Jackson needed them to do, that when one guy goes down, the other guys step up. Well, let's go back to Zay Flowers, okay? And let's go back to the update we got from John Harbaugh, because in my opinion, we'll see. Not going to lie, guys. That's not exactly ringing positive alarms. That's not exactly screaming, yeah, he's going to play this Sunday. You did get a little good news from it, saying that there is a chance he plays without practicing. But still, I think 9 days removed from this injury, you, me, And everybody else in the city of Baltimore wanted something a little bit different than we'll see. But unfortunately, that's what we got. Coming up on the show, I got a little bit more of a deep dive into why Baltimore might be okay if Zay Flowers doesn't play. But speaking of playing, I got a game you should play. And that's our friends over at Prize Picks. It is the most fun, most exciting, and also the easiest way to play daily fantasy sports. And it's playoff time. That means it's now or never. So don't miss out on the last few weeks of football action with Prize Picks. It's the best place to win cash while watching the playoffs. And you can now win up to 1,000 times your money on Prize Picks. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need a win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks now offers MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. Prize Picks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts, like Taco Tuesday. Each Tuesday, Prize Picks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups. Think Lamar Jackson will get more than 250 passing yards next week? What about Patrick Mahomes? Will he pass more than 1.5 touchdowns? Cook up hot takes with your friends and win real money this football season when you and your crew run your game on Prize Picks. When I'm not watching the Baltimore Ravens play football, I like to watch me some college football. And we are 1 week away from the national championship game. So here's my picks for the Natty, Ohio State, Notre Dame. I got the more on pass yards for Will Howard. You see that correctly. It's half a yard. Take advantage of it. I got the less on Riley Leonard for passing yards, 167.5. He's a glorified running back. And I've got the less on Jeremiah Smith for 80.5 receiving yards. I know what you're thinking, Joey. That's crazy. Dude's a beast. Well, you can tail my picks. You can fade my picks. Just make sure you use Prize Picks. So download the Prize Picks app today. Use code CLNS and get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need a win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. The link to this promo is in the comments and description of today's video. Prize Picks, run your game. So we talked about it earlier. I teased it earlier. Why might Baltimore be just fine if Zay Flowers doesn't play? Well, it's because you got a guy named King Henry in your backfield. And the last time he played Buffalo, 24 carries, 199 yards, a touchdown, 8.3 yards per carry. Now, sure, it helps when you break off an 87-yard touchdown run on the first play from scrimmage. That tends to make the stats look pretty good, but he added over 100 yards onto that as well. And he's been on a tear. 4 straight games of at least 135 yards or more. 4 straight games with 20 or more carries. He's got 5 touchdowns, and the last 4 games played, his lowest yards per carry is 5.4. So yeah, if Zay Flowers doesn't play, you might be just okay. Now, I would rather him play than not. That's kind of silly. That's like, hey, would you rather have peanut M&Ms or Reese's? Well, why not have them both, right? I'd rather have them both. But if you're just going to have one, and that one is Derrick Henry, you might be just okay. And they went to him time and time and time again against Pittsburgh. 50 rush attempts from the team, 299 yards from the team, 6 yards per carry against this Pittsburgh's defense. And that's why I'm talking about why you might not need Zay against Buffalo, because when you compare defenses to who you just played and who you're about to play, you played the better defense already in terms of rush defense. 98.7 yards a game from the Steelers compared to Buffalo's 115.5. Buffalo gives up more yards per play. Buffalo's given up 19 more rushes of 10 or more yards. And they average 0.3 more yards before contact per attempt. So yes, you are playing a behemoth in the Buffalo Bills. Offense. Their offense. Their quarterback. But in terms of their run defense, guys, I think he can handle it. And because of that, sure, you want Zay to play, but if he doesn't, I still have faith in this team to win. Okay? Up next, I got one more injury update. It's not just Zay Flowers we're talking about in this report. It's unfortunately a guy named, I don't know if you know this, Lamar Jackson. And he took a hit on Saturday night, a knee to the lower back when he was sliding down after one of his many quarterback runs. And he popped up, he grimaced a little bit, but he played the rest of the game. And I think myself, you guys included, I think we forgot about it. But then John Harbaugh was asked today in the press conference, how's Lamar's injury status looking? Now, he gave a positive update. He said he doesn't expect Lamar Jackson to be limited in practice this week, which at this point in the season, when it's do or die, that's all you could ask for. It's truly all you could ask for is to have your QB1, especially when it's that QB1. This isn't just any quarterback. Okay, this is a guy that you win with. And if he's not on, oftentimes you lose with. The good thing was against Pittsburgh, he was on. His best playoff performance, in my opinion. I think he locked up the MVP. That's in my unbiased, pause for dramatic and funny effect, unbiased and humble opinion. 175 yards, 2 tuds, 76% completion percentage. The best part about all that is the goose egg on the bottom for interceptions, okay? And it's no surprise to anybody. Lamar is the beginning, and he is the end of this team. And I know I just talked about Derrick Henry and how great Derrick Henry is and how much this team relies on Derrick Henry and how many times Derrick Henry has led this team to the promised land. But guys, if you just look at the numbers of when Lamar's off compared to when Lamar's on and how it leads into wins and losses for this team, it's impossible to deny. If he has a passer rating greater than 110, this team's undefeated. 13-0. But in the occasional time that he has a passer rating under 110, this team's 1-5. Okay? So it's important that he's there, that he's fully healthy, and that he's playing like the quarterback we've seen for the entire 2024 season. Okay? I got a question. Last one for you. Do you want Lamar to be healthy? If so, I'm not even going to ask you to say yes or no. If you want him to be, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the like button. Don't jinx it. Let's make sure he's good to go for this Sunday against the Bills. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. I'm your guy, Joey Peterson. You've been watching Ravens Rundown. For more on everything Baltimore Ravens, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Help us get to 26K. We'll see you next time.